Oh man, like that's pretty much accurate.
we are we are live on the good old Phoenix Radio. We're also on our personal Facebook pages and Viking Boys YouTube page. So if you're on there, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, whatever it's done. And then we're on the Just for Flips YouTube channel as well. So if you're watching there, subscribe, just all the good stuff, like it, all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we are going to do something. I'm going to be learning here, just like everybody else is, because I've actually never cold called before in my life. So we're gonna listen to the master cold caller cold call. He's gonna describe what he's saying. If we get a live one, we might sit here for 30 minutes and not get anything, but we're gonna watch cold call. This is my my first cold calling education right here. So I'm joining on with you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's how it works, guys. Just so you know. Unfortunately, yeah, like we were saying, that's why a lot of people don't like cold calling, is because you might have, like Chris has said, you might have 30 minutes go by where you get absolutely nothing. So we have no idea how this could go. We could have 5 really good conversations in 25, 30 minutes, or you could have 0. So just a heads up, that's how it works. But cool. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my website. So we use Mojo still, mojosells.com. That's the one that I've used for 8 years now. I know there's a couple other good ones out there. There's batch dialers out there. Those are the two that I would recommend, would be either Mojo or batch dialer. But again, I just use Mojo because familiarity. I've been using it for so long. So because I like it, I'm not going to switch off to it, or I'm not going to switch off from it. So heck yeah.
Well, they say educating new people is like half the battle, right? So why would you want to educate your whole new team?
Exactly. No, absolutely.
And lower their productivity just because, So.
Right. Exactly. Perfect. Let me hop in here.
Now, for us, cold calling is still probably the most effective. I mean, there's texting and cold calling, most effective outbound sources of leads. We're not any of the commercial guys that are out there. We don't do any TV commercials or anything like that. So obviously, you inbound, you can do PPC, letters.
Yep.
So
100%. All right, sweet. So next what we do is we go ahead and we dial on into the system. So, and again, we use, different numbers, because obviously you don't want to use your own cell phone number or anything like that. You can, depending on if you want those calls coming directly back to you. But typically you can set it up to where, what we do is we have it set up to where it'll come back to a different phone number. And then we'll get the messages, that'll get put straight into our systems. So they'll go straight back.
Are the conversations any different now than they were, 90 days ago? Now, obviously they're different now than they were 6 months ago, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely starting to get more people now where they understand that the market is not like as on fire as it was. Where it did definitely still take a little while, because we're ahead of most people, right? As investors, we're talking to lenders, we're talking to sellers, we're talking to agents every single day. We're seeing the trends that are happening. So as investors in the thick of it every day, we're ahead of it. We see what's going on. Where the average person, Susan or Jeff, they're just sitting at home, and they don't have to sell their house, but they're maybe interested. They're not looking into these things. They're not having these conversations daily. So that's typically why they were further behind, where we were seeing that the market wasn't hot anymore. But then they were saying, "Oh no, that's not accurate. I've seen what's been happening, and my house is worth this, and Zillow says my house is worth this." So, so we're no longer at that point anymore. You're definitely starting to get a lot more people now that realize that the market is no longer on fire, that it has come down, and so that's in generalities. Again, we're about to call now, so so we'll see how this goes. But here we go. All right.
Someone said they want to watch you play Madden too. Can you be on live stream, cold call, and play Madden?
I can't. Yeah. You know what? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I could go ahead and just lean the old. Oh, there it would be right there. That's where I play right there, guys. That's where it's all done right there. Oh, but we'll leave it. We'll leave it here for now. I mean, I could probably put it on there, but my only thing is, guys, you gotta understand a Madden game takes 45 minutes, all right? A live Madden game. So I mean, it would be a solid. It'd be a solid call session here. But here I'm gonna go ahead and hop
All
in.
right, well, we can talk about. Hopefully, we get some calls in there, and we can take questions after why you said
absolutely, yeah. And I can pause it whenever. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna hop in and start dialing right now, and I'll explain to you why I say certain things at certain times.
Is there a special list you're dialing? What's the secret sauce list?
No, this is just a high equity list in Phoenix. Hello?
Yeah?
Yeah, hi, I'm sorry. Is this Mrs. Tan?
No, it's not.
No, okay. I might have the wrong number then. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay, bye.
Okay, have a good one.
So if it's the wrong number, you just move on. You don't say, "Hey,
yeah." So if it's a wrong number, what we do is we just go ahead and delete
0, 2.
We just delete that number out of there.
7, 7.
Because what you got is you got a list of all the numbers that you're calling for that address. So for if anyone says, "I'm sorry, you got the wrong number," you just find the number that you just called and you just delete that out of the system.
Gotcha.
And so I said, Mrs. Tan, normally I was going to, normally when we're calling, what I'll do is I'll just say, hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hi, I'm sorry. I'm looking to reach the owner of a property over on 14th Street in Phoenix.
Yes. Well, you have to call the real estate agent.
Oh, okay. Is that property's on the market then?
Yes.
Okay.
But I have no idea. I don't know what property you're talking about.
Okay.
So,
no worries at all then.
I'm an owner here. I'm not I don't
Okay. No worries.
have anything to do. Okay.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for your time. So guys, there's going to be a lot of explaining on every single call because you guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing. So that was a unit of a maybe like an apartment complex that was for sale. That one wasn't for sale that I called, but she obviously was an owner that was in that complex. So she obviously thought that I had the wrong phone number that was calling about one that was for sale. So in a situation like that, same thing, you've got the wrong person. So you just take that number out of the system. But what I was going to say on the last call though, why I said, is this Mrs. Tan? Usually I'm going to say the first name. Usually I'm going to say, if a woman answers and the name on there says, whatever, Susan Tan, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm sorry, is this Susan? And again, the reason I do that is because it sounds less salesy when you do that versus saying the last name. But again, sometimes depending on how the data is in the system, you might not have that information. You might not have the full name. So a lot of these ones that I've been calling lately, and again, this is just where it's at in the list, is that they're popping up with the actual LLC. So if it's popping up as the LLC, you don't have a name. The only thing that you have is you got the property address and you have the LLC name. So that's how we go about it when it's an LLC that's popping up there is we'll say, yeah, I'm looking to reach the owner of this property. And usually they're going to say, yeah, I'm the owner of that property. What can I help you with? Something like that. So I paused it now, so we'll jump back in. And guys, I know this seems like scary for you guys. It's not scary. I promise you. The more that you do it, this becomes very normal. And again, you just get better and better and better at the more that you do it.
It's funny. I started teaching classes in 2017. I just did a 3-day weekend, and
right.
And our sales were have been the last 2 weekends. Our sales have been really good, and it's are people buying our education packages basically, and it's when you've done something for 5 years, you just get used to it, right?
Hello.
Please leave your message for 6.
There's no contact there. So you don't want to take that number out of the system yet because, it could have just been that they're not there right now. Sorry, go for it though, Chris. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying that, when I first started teaching, I was all sweaty and palms were sweaty. Even though you have all the information, you're just not used to doing that stuff. But once you get just like I'm sure like this, when you make your first cold call, whatever, it's scary.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Hi. I'm sorry. Is this Mrs. Tan?
No.
No. Okay. I've got the wrong number. Sorry about that. Okay. Bye. So again, that was the same situation, just the wrong number. So just delete that number out of the system.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So yes, anytime we hear the beep, that's when we'll jump into the call. But no, exactly. I know what you're saying. It becomes second nature to you.
Hello?
Yeah. Hi. I'm sorry. Is this Sandy?
No.
No. Okay. I'm not too sure. I was looking to reach the owner of a property on 14th Street in Phoenix.
Nope.
No.
Never owned the property there.
No worries. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay. Bye. And again, something else that you guys will see that I'm doing. So much of it just comes down to just being extremely, extremely friendly. So many times, when I get a cold call, like on my phone, someone is like, if you're not friendly when you're making a cold call, what makes you think someone's going to want to sit there and stay on the phone with you? There's zero chance it's going to happen. So, I'm always very friendly. And then also, hello?
Who is it? Hello? Who is it?
Yeah, this is Luke. I was looking to reach Marlene.
This is Marlene.
Marlene, awesome. Sorry that the call's a little out of the blue here. I was actually just calling about a property I believe you own on 14th Street.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You can take me off your list. We're not selling it all in any time soon.
Oh, no worries at all. Would you? Okay, and then she hung up. Okay, so now you can delete that whole, so that was the owner of it. So now you can say trash wholesale now. Okay. So in that right there, that call right there is your average call. That like if you take the
Four
average
bad numbers, one good number.
Not even so much the numbers in the sense of good numbers versus bad numbers, but that's your average call right there of just like a response. Someone who just says, "No, I'm not interested. Please take my number off your list." That's if you're gonna make 100 phone calls, that right there, that response, if you talk to the right seller, that's probably going to be the response on 70 of the 100.
Yeah.
You might get 10 FUs. You might get 10 that are like, hello?
Please leave your message for 9.
Now you're leaving the automated voicemail?
We don't leave voicemails, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people do.
The system will set.
You can set it to, yeah.
Yeah, you can set it up to where you can have a pre-recorded. Hi, this is Luke. I'm calling about your 123 Main Street property.
Yep. And so you'll notice if you, hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking to reach the owner of a property over on 14th Street in Phoenix. I'm not sure if I got the right number.
No, who are you looking for? The owner?
Yeah, the owner of 16825 North 14th Street, Unit 53.
Yeah, this is the wrong number.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay,
have a good one. And so I was going to say, you'll notice that we're getting a lot of answers right now. And so the reason is because they've got options on Mojo to do single line, double line, or triple line dialer. So I always do triple line dialer because you're going to speak with the most people when you do
Message system.
When you do a triple line dialer.
941.
So obviously you've got 3 numbers that are calling out all the time versus, 1 or 2. So I know a lot of people that do single line dialers, but again, what I'm doing is when I'm calling, I'm going to spend, the most, like all the resources that I have at that time to reach out to the most people that I possibly can. Cause that's what you're doing. That's why I'm calling you. You're calling for a reason. You're not calling just for that. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Is this Thurman?
Yeah.
Thurman, this is Luke. Sorry that the call here is a little out of the blue, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on 14th Street in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to give you a quick phone call, and I actually just wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on that property, if you'd ever consider selling it.
No, not at this time. Thank you.
Okay. You happen to have any other properties you maybe would consider selling?
Nope.
No. Okay. No worries at all. Well, thanks so much for your time. So there we go. So it's rapid fire. It's rapid fire when you're getting a bunch of answers. So I mean, you can see how cold calling can work though, because I mean, it's like you're talking to so many callers in such a short time frame. And that's why,
Yeah.
again,
So
that's
using
what,
the dialing systems and not hand dialing yourself is.
Absolutely. So yes, I mean, that's let's see, how long have we been on here for now? Probably what,
Probably
12
10
minutes.
minutes.
We've actually,
Yeah.
10, 12 minutes. We've actually been dialing. We've actually spoke with 3 actual owners. And so, I mean, what we typically try to shoot. Hello?
Please leave your message for 6.
So what we try to shoot for is we're typically happy with anything that's going to be over, 15 contacts in an hour. And usually what we do is, you go through a list however many times. If you go through a list, your very first time, you should be reaching probably 20, upwards of 20, 25.
5089. At the tone, please record your message. When you
should be reaching 20 to 25 sellers in an hour, in a given hour. Second time through, maybe the number goes to 15 to 20, and then your third time.
Your call is being answered by Audix.
Chief Master Sergeant Scott Bright.
And then another thing a lot of people are doing now, obviously because they're getting a lot of cold calls and a lot of solicitation calls and whatnot, is they'll set up a system where it says, it'll beep, and then you have to say your name and what you're calling for. So we haven't gotten one of those yet, but you'll see some of those too.
He's 7021. If you'd like us to call you.
But you can see this is why I started playing Madden with it, because it's like it actually makes it fun again, because then you're actually doing something that you enjoy doing while you're working. And that was when obviously, hello?
Please leave your message for 60.
And that was when things changed for me, obviously, because then it was like, went from calling a couple hours a day to where I had no problem calling 4 to 6 hours a day, because I was literally just playing Madden online when I was doing it. So
There you go, guys. Just
2 3 3 2 2 5.
find something you can do online. Maybe it's obviously if you got your phone, you can.
Savannah, how can I help you?
yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking to reach the owner of a property on 14th Street in Phoenix.
This is an elementary school.
Oh, perfect. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Have a good one.
You do fine.
And sometimes they'll reach an elementary school.
You should ask them if there are any of the kids want to do any cold calling.
Yeah, exactly. Start them young. All right.
But obviously, if you could get something to do while you're doing this for 3 to 4 hours a day to make it go a little quicker, whatever you're doing.
Yeah, we used to have. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking to reach the owner of a property over on 14th Street in Phoenix.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is this the owner of 16825 North 14th Street in Phoenix?
No, it's not. You get the wrong number.
Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, no, exactly. We used to have a girl that worked for us where she would literally just bring in like markers and colored pencils,
0 2
and she would literally
3
just
7 6 2 4 4 0.
She would literally just draw. She would draw all day long when she would cold call. So it was pretty funny. She'd be on the phone for 3 hours or whatever, and at the end of the day, she'd have her her scratch papers and drawing. Oh no. Her drawing papers and everything. So it was always pretty funny. But I mean, there's all.
I haven't
kinds of
heard
things
an
you can
old
do.
school modem pickup in a while.
I know, right?
Reach the voicemail of Fernando Castillo.
So yeah, some will be like that. You've reached the voicemail of, and then they'll just go. They can either send it straight to voicemail, or they'll even say, Fernando is now using a, monitoring system to see who's calling him. So, hello.
System 6.
And again, you get a lot of voicemails. That's, when you, obviously, like I said, when you're actually getting your answers, you probably have 70% of them that are going to say, no, I'm not interested. Thanks. But then when you're not, the average of them are definitely going to be just going straight to voicemails or the wrong number.
one of the guys off, I think, your YouTube channel, non-disclosure state or disclosure
Hello?
state. We'll say again.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, is this Martha?
Nope.
No.
You have the wrong number.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Yeah, so in Arizona where we work, it's a disclosure state to wholesale. You have to disclose that you're going to wholesale the property in Arizona.
Yep. And that just happened, what, in the last 4 months, Chris?
Yeah, just changed.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Same where it's kind of good for us in that sense is that we flip most of our properties. So, you know, when you're flipping it, obviously you're actually taking it down and closing on it. So, hello?
Please leave your message for 84.
And I'm hoping we can get a couple more good ones in here. Obviously, we just had 2 that have just said no, they're not interested. Take my number off your list. I was telling Chris I was calling earlier this morning, and I got a really good response. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. I'm sorry.
Hello?
I'm not sure if I've got the right number. I was looking to reach the owner of a property on 14th Street in Phoenix.
Nope.
No. Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay. Have a good one. During that call earlier, I got a couple really nice people said some really nice things to me. They told me to put my head somewhere where it's not going to fit.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. I'm sorry. Is this Robert?
Hello.
Yeah. Is this Robert?
Hello, Indy.
Yeah. Is this Mr. Ditto?
No, que no lo entiendo, no hablo solo español, hablo.
No lo vende la casa en Beverly Lane.
¿Perdón?
Sí, lo vende la casa en Beverly Lane.
No.
No, okay, no problema. Gracias.
Look at Luke just switch over to Spanish like that.
I don't speak Spanish. I just know very, very. I only know a few words, but I know enough to know if someone's interested in selling their house or not. And if they are interested, I've got Etzel in the next room over, and I'll bring him on over here so he can continue that conversation for me.
Please check the number.
So that's how we go about the Spanish speakers. I know like 20 words, but those words will tell me if they're going to sell their house. Chris, you a Spanish speaker?
Un poquito.
Sí, señor. Same. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, is this Robert?
Yes.
Robert, this is Luke. Sorry that the call here is a little out of the blue, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Beverly Lane.
Not interested. Thank you.
No problem. You happen to have any other houses you maybe would consider selling?
Not interested.
No worries. Thanks so much, Robert. Appreciate it. And so something else that we do, we always ask, do you have any other properties you maybe would consider selling? Because, maybe it's someone who owns a couple of rentals and they're just not interested in selling that house, but maybe they would sell one of their other homes. So, and you're not even going to get that out of them unless you ask them. And again, that takes an extra 5 seconds per call to ask them if they have any other properties they'd consider selling. So it's pretty easy to do. So that's why we always ask that as well. Hello?
Hi, this is Karen. Sorry I missed your call. If you will leave me a message, I will return.
So yes, that was the right number, but obviously it's voicemail. Chris, we got to get you on here.
Yeah, right. When we get, like I said,
Leave your
Hello?
message for
I've never cold called before.
602.
Well, we were with we were with Brent maybe 6 months ago. He was asking about how many. Hello?
Very important to me, so please leave your name and number.
He was asking how many calls I've made, how many people I've talked to over the past 8 years from cold calling, And we just, hello?
I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Have an awesome.
We just did like the basic math of it, and it was some like absurd number of the amount of people we've talked to, like absolutely absurd. Because it's like, if you figure an average of, I don't remember what it was, but if it was like 40 people a day or something times whatever that number was, 300 days out of the year,
200 business days. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. 300 times whatever times 8 years. It's pretty insane. It's a pretty crazy number.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, it's Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph, how you doing? This is Luke.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry that the call is a little out of the blue here, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Sandra Terrace.
Yeah, I do. Not for sale, but thanks for calling.
No worries. You happen to have any other properties you would consider selling? He hung up. But we've got 5 no's. We've got 5 contacts, 5 no's in about 20 minutes. I mean that's pretty solid right there.
Yeah, you said between 15 and 20 an hour, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, between 15 and 20 an hour. You're gonna have some good numbers. Like I said, you're gonna be speaking to a lot of homeowners over the course of a day, over the course of a week. All right.
Been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 602.
I can't make it to the phone. Please leave me a message.
And so I had someone reached out and said that they were trying to play like Call of Duty or something while they were cold calling. And I know because Call of Duty is it's one of those games where you have to be like on at all times. Like you have to have. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi. I'm sorry. Is this Mr. Robertson?
No, who's calling?
Yeah, this is Luke. I was looking to reach the owner of a property on Grandview Road in Phoenix.
No, you got the wrong number.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
Have a good one. So I guess those games are nonstop. As soon as you die,
Yeah, you're going around the corner. Yeah.
Like nonstop. And so, because obviously, I've been doing it by playing Madden, but Madden, especially when you're playing online too, it's football. So you do a play and then you get, maybe 15 seconds off to pick your play and everything. So it's a little bit easier to kind of take those breaks where you need them and where you can, and you get a couple pauses per game. You get I think you get two 30-second pauses per game. So I'm obviously just super careful with, and picky with my pauses where it's like, okay, if I get a lead. Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
This is Diane. I can't get your call right now. Please leave me a message.
Diane.
She's got a pause on her voicemail. It's like, hi.
I know, exactly.
It's Diane.
So many people do that too. So many people have these voicemails that trick you and it just pisses you off. They're like, hello? And then you say hello back. And then they're like, oh yeah, sorry, I'm not here right now. And I'm like, oh, come on, guys. And it's like, that happens way more often than you'd expect. All right. I know, I want to.
This is Colleen Porter with Breakthrough Beverage. I'm sorry I missed your call.
Like I said, I'd like to try to get a conversation that can go somewhere, but unfortunately, we don't have the ability to just do that. Basically, what we always tell our guys is that you just want to give yourself, put yourself in the best position that you possibly can to try to let it go somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. Don't say anything that's gonna, that's gonna take from that. And obviously, there's a lot of things that you can say that will put you, in a bad spot with the seller right off the bat. You never want to say, we flip properties. You never say that, because obviously then they're gonna just put that right in their head immediately. Like, okay, this guy's trying to steal my property and he's trying to get it for super, super cheap. So there's all kinds of little things that just, little details that you have to implement immediately. And again, that's the only reason that we've learned stuff like that is from 8 years of calling, where it's like, man, I feel like every time we ended up saying this, we'd end up losing a lead or losing a caller immediately. Or at least if you say this, it's going to keep them on the phone longer because they're not their guard is not as up. They don't have as many flags right now.
Patricio Martinez says yes, the goat of cold calling.
Hello? So this is what this is what the Viking Boys YouTube page, this is all we used to do.
Right.
This used to just be literally just straight these calls, but then we also used to have it we used to have the Madden up too, so be able to see the Madden games while the cold calls were happening. We could probably get back to that. Probably wouldn't be too difficult. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi, I'm sorry. Is this Mrs. Besor?
Where?
I'm sorry, is this Mrs. Besor?
No.
No, okay, I might have the wrong number. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Bye now. So what do you think, Chris? We're at a half hour.
Yeah, do you think maybe you guys could record, or your team could record a couple maybe, or, just jump on a Zoom and like cold call for an hour and then,
Hello? Yeah, hi, I'm sorry, is this Janet? Hello, is this Janet?
What can I do for you? No, it is not.
Oh, okay. I might have the wrong number. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, have a good one. She sounded like the sweetest lady in the world.
Yeah, do you want to maybe this week call some, or have your team record some and then just pick 3 or 4 calls and we could dissect next week?
Yeah, I'm sure we could do that. Just find some recordings that we found or that we did recently or something like that. That shouldn't be an issue. We should be able to do that. Heck yeah. Hello? Hello? Oh. I'm not sure what this is.
Yeah, that's like that old rotary phone or something.
Is it? There's so many.
I don't think you were alive yet, Luke.
Yeah. We're just going to skip that one. I'm not sure what's going on here. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi, I'm sorry. Is this Mrs. Hennessy?
Who is this?
Yeah, this is Luke. Sorry that the call here is a little out of the blue. But I was calling about a property I believe you own on Sandra Terrace.
No, use the wrong number.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't own that property.
No worries. Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye now. What was I going to say? But yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to start actually, what Jake and I are going to be doing, we're going to have something that we're going to be running with, and we're going to actually be listening to other people's calls. So we'll be able to have it to where you can upload your calls to us, and we'll actually kind of listen to them and kind of coach you through them and how we think that they went.
Nice.
So that's a little something that we're going to be rolling out here soon. It's going to be kind of just like a community we're going to be doing. But again, if you got any questions about stuff like that, cold calling will be kind of everything real estate you'll be able to hop into.
2, 5, 4.
And so we'll be able to, like I said, just kind of walk you through. It's like if you're having a tough time with cold calls, if you're having a tough time with what you're saying and stuff like that, we'll be able to hop in and say, hey, this is where you're going wrong. This is what you need to say. This is where you need to change it up, stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, just shoot me a message. Shoot me a message. I've got my Instagram right here.
An automatic voice message system.
Cool. Well, Chris, it's your call. We're at 30, coming up on 35 minutes. I can obviously just, like you said, hello?
5, 7, 5, 8.
We can go ahead and get some recordings and upload those recordings next week and kind of go through them.
All right, let's do that. If you guys
Hello?
are interested, we'll see you next week. We're going to dissect cold calling messages that we've actually had recordings on, and Luke will explain why he said certain things and why he didn't say certain things, and
Heck yeah.
we will continue our cold call coaching.
I like it. Let's do it.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you next Tuesday, 2:00, and then
Heck
for
yeah.
for you Phoenix RIA people that are on here, next Tuesday night is the Phoenix RIA. It'll start at like 4:30 and go to 7:30. We are going to be up north at High Street.
Hello?
302.
Heck yeah. I like it.
All righty. Thanks,
All
everybody,
right,
for joining
guys.
us.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.